How's it going, everyone? This is Brian over here at Ken Wilson Ford. Today I want to give you just a little bit of a quick feature on something I think is pretty special, something that we've got both down at the trade-in lot right now as well as up top. And this is a 2018 SCA Black Widow truck. That's based off the F-150, of course. Let's go ahead and take a walk around and see what makes this thing so special. All right, 2018 F-150 XLT with the Black Widow SBC package. This thing is sweet. This is definitely not your average F-150. For those that maybe aren't aware of what these trucks are, these are a Ford authorized, basically custom body based off the 150 that company SCB makes a bunch of off-road parts, and this is kind of like a parts bin selection of stuff that they offer, except for all slapped onto one truck, and it really puts together a really nice entire package. This one again is a 2018. There are some slight changes from 2018 to 19 and 20 as different things are offered, and a lot of times you can order these with different options as well, some kind of custom things like different front bumpers, things like that. But some of the stuff that these trucks are really known for across the board is this awesome 6-inch lift. And the way they do that is with quite a bit of suspension components, as we can see up under here. So they've got the 6-inch lift up here. You can see they've got this cross frame, this lower member here. And even back here, we've got the upgraded struts back here, those white struts. On top of that, they go with a stainless steel exhaust, which we'll crank up here in a minute, but it definitely gives this truck a really nice, really kind of mean, wicked sound. But it's really not like incredibly loud. I think it's a really good balance. They're real big on these BF Goodrich tires, and I don't blame them. So we've got 20-inch wheels here with 35-inch tires. These are, of course, the KO2s. Probably some of the best tires you can get. They last a long time. They're quiet on the road, about as quiet as you can get, but then actually do a ton of work off-road, even in sand and gravel and stuff like that as well. You can see we've got these side steps as we go around. They've got these kind of caliper covers going on all four corners. They are not like a full caliper replacement or anything, but they do look good, you know, if you're into that. So that's pretty cool. Now the speedometer is calibrated for these tires, which is something else that's nice, because that means you can keep everything kind of reliable with your speedometer, with your fuel economy, stuff like that. As you can see here, we've got the wind or bug deflector on the front here. The SCB, the Black Widow hood scoop is on here, and that's actually a functional hood scoop. There's another piece to this on the inside of the hood. Up here on the top of the roof, you can see we've got the insignia for SCB, you know, telling you what's going on with this truck. Obviously, we've got their pinstriping and their logos and badges across the truck, which I think looks good. They now offer these apparently in black, so if you want to kind of go for that two-tone look and kind of keep that matched, you can do that. But this one with the 18 has it in the chrome or the polish look. Of course, we've got these massive fender flares on here, and I think it's really cool. They not only have these kind of built-in mud flaps, you can kind of see them here on the front and the rear, but they also set up this wheel and tire package to actually sit flush. And I think they actually have like a little bit of a negative offset on those wheels to make that happen. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm always a big fan of proper wheel fitment. You can see we've got this undercover. This is actually key to the original key. We've got this extremely nice undercover bed cover here. Of course, is lockable. It's unlocked right now. You've got your spray-in bed liner. Got all your different accessories. You've got your LED lights, things like that in here. Standard F-150 fare back here with the step and the handle. Close that. I love the badging as well, just like the red lettering kind of matches with the red pinstriping. So that's the outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. All right, inside the Black Widow. No, they did not leave this stock at all. There's all kinds of little touches everywhere on this truck. Some of the biggest features are probably these carbon fiber trims here in the door. That's actually pulled from like the Raptor series. That's a real common theme with them. And then you can see they have this really nice piano gloss black trim. They actually painted this in-house. This is not like, you know, a sticker or a laminate or a vinyl or something like that, but they have all this gloss black piano trim everywhere, and it just looks so good. Of course, with this being an XLT truck, you don't normally have leather without adding it to it, so they have their own special leather here. Now, they have a few different patterns for this. This one has a little bit more of the sports look. They have some that have more of the luxury look as well. You can see they've got their custom stitching here in the headrests. This truck, of course, has your full dual moonroof. As we come back here, we can see the theme with the carbon fiber and the piano gloss black and the leather, and everything continues. Of course, rubber floor mats over top of the carpet. Really nice, really well put together truck. And as we come back up here to the front, probably one of the main things we'll notice here is that this entire gauge cluster has been modified. So as we zoom in here, you can see it has the SCB logo there, and it has the Black Widow over here. And if you can kind of see in the video, there's a little bit of a glare. I'll see if I can get that out. But there is actually some really faint kind of gray, obviously Black Widow spiders. You can kind of see it there on the Black Widow emblem there. And that looks really good. The camera probably isn't picking it up super well, but there's a nice kind of like an orange, almost red glow to that. And it just looks really nice. You can see we've got that carbon fiber trim that continues over here to the sink pad. But really nice, really, I mean, this is like an XLT truck. Usually, this is probably a nicer interior than what you might even get on a Lariat. You, of course, have your big screen. Let's go ahead and crank it up, and we'll show you kind of what this looks like when it all illuminates. Pretty typical stuff here. They've got a really good kind of color scheme going on here. You can see all the red with the kind of, they're showing up on the camera as white, but they're a little bit like a blue, kind of like a light blue colored needle on all those different gauges up here. But then you've also got like the dark blue lettering there on the trip meter and things like that. And that just looks really good. It's a good kind of a color contrast between the red and everything else. All right, now what are my driving impressions of this truck? When I saw this thing on the lot, I really didn't fully understand. I mean, I knew it was like a special edition package. I figured it was just, you know, bigger wheels and tires, you know, lift kit, you know, some special paint, stuff like that. But I wasn't quite sure how it would actually all fit together. But as I've kind of driven this thing around Canton here, I can, well, let's go ahead and hear that exhaust. Pretty good sounding. So I was actually really impressed with how well together this truck is. A lot of trucks, when you put lift kits and big tires on it, they just feel kind of sloppy. They get the death wobble. Well, I'm doing about 70 miles an hour on the interstate right now, and I find it easy to find the center of the lane. The steering feel is actually really nice. There's no lumpiness or anything from the suspension. I don't feel any wallowing going on. Like, it doesn't feel like it's super boaty, or like the tires are, you know, low on air and they're kind of that soft kind of floaty feeling. This truck actually feels really good. And of course, you're way higher than most of the other cars on the road, so you've got a killer vantage point. Right now I'm behind a cable, like a line truck, and I am just about eye level with the hydraulic, the lift on the back there, which sits almost just above the cab. So it's got a really nice vantage point. Driving around some of the side roads, you can definitely tell it's a bigger truck. It's got a wider track. You can't ignore that for sure. But what's nice is it's very easy to drive, but it gives you all the stuff that you'd want from a lifted truck, especially with the speedometer being calibrated, with everything being done right here. especially with this carrying a warranty as well, both on the new and the certified pre-owned side of things. You know, it's really kind of like a sweet spot for, you know, all the stuff you might want to do to a truck, but actually getting it, you know, with a, you know, certified warranty and with actual like quality work, quality parts, you know, everything kind of to OE spec. So I think this thing is great. If you have questions on this truck, you want to come by and see it for yourself, I think you're going to like it. There's just a lot to kind of see here. But thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.